Fact-checking AI content is taking longer than just writing from scratch.
Huh.
No crap.
I run a small content agency, and we've been trying to use Claude and ChatGPT to help scale up our blog posts and client research lately. For draft generation and outlines, it's great, saves a ton of time. But man, the fact-checking part is becoming an absolute nightmare. The models just casually make up statistics, quote fake reports from huge brands, and invent URLs that look completely real but lead to 401
URLs.
to a 404 page.
Dude, have you ever tried to use AI to help you find a WordPress plugin? And it just makes up 15 plugins that have never existed.
I haven't.
No, but
Gratefully.
it did that to me yesterday. I can't remember what I was searching. It was like, it's the stupid Google one. I always get tricked because in my mind it's still the freaking, what was it called before AI? In my mind, that's what AI overview is, so I catch myself reading it sometimes. But yeah, it just made up something completely that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And so I go and look it up, and I'm like, this whole program you suggested me doesn't even exist. Where did you get this from?
AI is just grabbing something out of the back rooms. Yeah, I'll run into that, like looking for like a plugin. I'm like, this plugin probably doesn't exist, but I need something that will do this. And it's like, good news, that thing actually exists the way you described it. It's like, look up this plugin. I'm like, yeah, I can't find it. It's like, oh, good catch. Thanks for calling me out on that. It doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, that was actually a part of a fever dream I was having. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yesterday, it confidently quoted a 2026 HubSpot state of marketing report with specific percentages that turned out to be totally fabricated when I checked. If a client catches a fake fact in the article we deliver, it completely ruins our trust. But right now, having my editors manually Google every single stat and link to make sure the AI didn't hallucinate it is taking so much time that it defeats the whole point of using AI in the first place. How are you guys dealing with this in your SEO workflow? Yeah.
Oh, I know. Don't use AI to
just
research.
stop.
Yeah. Quit trying to save time in every single task you perform.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not a time saver. Can I go off on a tangent for a minute?
Please.
If you are the type of person who has to ask this question, no offense, you're not looking at this the right way. You're the person who says, Claude, create this email that I can send to a customer or to a client or whatever. That's the same thing. Sorry. A customer or to my boss or whatever that summarizes this better than I can. And you don't even know what the email says. That's you. It sounds like to me. Because if you actually have to ask a question, it sounds to me like you're not even going to have the thought of maybe you shouldn't use AI for that. Maybe you should just go and look it up yourself. And gratefully, the entire internet is not completely dead that way. You can still go to like DuckDuckGo or Google or one of them and not use the AI portion and actually find websites that exist and click on them. Poor websites that probably, if you click on them, their webmaster is going to be like, oh, a real visitor, not ChatGPT summary. So anyway, my tangent point is like, use your heads. Everybody's getting sick of, especially when it's just kind of like, no, this has to work. How can I do this with AI? Well, maybe don't try to do everything with AI.
When did the wide adoption of AI roll out? How far into this are we? Like, I feel like
it was the last couple months, like where
people started, like, they've been using it since like late COVID days, I feel like, but it's like I feel like the general public has started just using it on the daily over like probably towards the end of last year, I want to say.
Yeah, my father-in-law's in his 60s, and we're chatting the other day, and he's like, oh, yeah, we use AI all the time at work. Like, and I use it at home and all this, and it's so funny because Cassie will just straight up be like, she'll just eye roll, and he's like, what? And she's just like, sorry, but in our house, like, we're not annoyed by anything more than AI.
Yeah, I have a family member who essentially used AI to help him like diagnose something and come up with a treatment plan. Using over-the-counter stuff, and now he's basically on the path where he's trying to undo all the damage that caused.
Used properly, AI will amplify what you already are. So, Brock, I would imagine any AI tools you use would be something, because of you knowing this already, would probably be something more along the lines of, let's say you're using Claude. Claude, take this. I don't even know if we can do this. I've never used it with video editing. But let's, just to imagine, if you said, Claude, I want you to take this video and turn it into a transcript and then export it to a TXT file. And then once that's done, then you can put it into any kind of like OneNote or whatever like program and say, make this into legible paragraphs. Now you could do that by hand, but you're the one who says, I know that every word that we speak is going to be brand new human generated content. So let's use that as blog. And so you're following rules you should, you're using it as a tool to slim down the work. That's a proper way to do it. Or in coding, it might be like, Zach might say, okay, please analyze this website URL and give me a list of all outbound links. And then it'll say, here's all the links that this site is linking to. You say, okay, great. Can you look through those links and see if any of them are competitors to make sure we're not accidentally linking to a competitor? Because we're auditing a site that maybe another client or another competitor had, and maybe they had multiple plumbers and they were linking to each other, and we want to make sure that's not happening. Perfect use, right? But if you don't know that it's really bad to link to competitors and it's really bad to not have any outbound links and that you need to have them, they need to go to reputable sources. We might want to look at how valuable those sources are, all that. But if you don't know that, then you're going to be the guy who says, AI, just look at this website and give me an SEO plan, and then execute the SEO plan, and then create a report for my customer that says that we executed the SEO plan. Done. Oh, I'm a freaking genius. Look at me. Look what I did. And it's like, hey, do you know what SEO even stands for? I don't know. I saw it on Instagram. The guy was like, you make a ton of. That's where my beef comes in. I don't give a crap about SEO from a tool standpoint, but the problem is we have a bunch of lazy tards that are like, can I say tard? That are thinking, look how smart I am. And it's like, you're not fooling anybody. You're not smart. And you're taking everybody who actually puts time into learning how to edit and put together thousands of hours of clips into a movie. And guys, have designed hundreds and hundreds of websites, and they know actually what visually looks good and how it looks good on mobile and what's click through and all that. It's a massive insult to them when you're just kind of like, hey, look, I did a prompt and it built a website. What do I need you for? You're not really any better than a monkey, man. Sorry.
As a marketing company, it's no secret that we're somewhat annoyed by the casual usage of AI. Have you ever followed or watched any of like these legal people, like these lawyers that do like streaming? Like Legal Eagle's a big one. There's a bunch of other.
Goat, man.
They are absolutely livid with AI. They will go on just extremely long rants about how it's giving people bad legal advice because the law differs so much from state to state, sometimes from like town to town. Sometimes there's different bylaws, and AI is horrible at giving you like a specific trajectory on legal advice. So that's like another industry that's pissed about it. How many other industries are in that same thing where AI is the bane of their existence? Because it's basically trying to help everybody become an expert in everything, but really making everybody dumber in everything.